Jamaican, here comes a rude boy Jamaican.
Now, you are going to need saltfish. Of course, you're going to need saltfish because as pick up saltfish you make a fried saltfish, Escovitch saltfish you're going to make. Now, this is Jamaican saltfish, and this is the only kind of saltfish that you're going to have to use. You can't use no other else saltfish and get away with it. Now, all I did to this saltfish was let it soak in the water. You could let it soak overnight, but you're going to let it soak for a couple of hours at least before you do anything with it. And that's how that is. What you're going to do with this process is throw your water out after it's been sitting for a couple of hours. You want to make sure that you pat dry. Make sure you dry this thing really, really well, because if you put it in the oil and fry it, it's going to be water everywhere, splash up at oil, everything bunny up. So you want to make sure that you dry that fish. And that is how this is going to be done. And this right here is about, I would say about 2 pounds of saltfish that I bought. Now, this is your very next step. Now, your saltfish is well soaked and majority of that salt has come out, but don't take all of the salt out because that is the authenticness to this recipe. Now, you're going to get a clean paper towel or any kind of towel, but make sure it's clean though. And you just want to make sure you get all that water up from that saltfish, because if not, a problem. Now, to turn it up a massive kind of notch, you're going to need your onion, and what you're going to do, you're going to slice your onions like this. No other way for this kind of thing. Now, I'm going to use carrots and hot pepper. I'm afraid of pepper enough, but for this recipe, you have to have pepper, so I'm using 2 peppers with hot pepper. I'm also going to add bell peppers, any kind of color you like. You go for it, red, blue, pink, whatever you want. Now I'm going to add garlic and pimento seed. You're also going to need vinegar. You could use white vinegar. I'm using apple cider vinegar. I wanted to have a kind of sweet taste to it, so that's why I'm going this route. Otherwise, I would have used the regular vinegar for this recipe. Now, to give it a little bit of extra flavor, I'm going to add a little bit of Jamaican all-purpose season to it. And that's about it. Don't add any salt or anything to it. You're good to go. Let's get started. Okay, we're moving on to our next step. The same hole that I used to fry that fish in, I'm going to need it because a lot of flavor is in that pot right there. Now, depending on how much oil you use to fry the fish and how much fish you're planning on frying, you might want to discard some of the oil. I did a little bit, not all. You want to go ahead and add all your vegetables in. Then I'm going to add my apple cider vinegar in. I'm also going to add my all-purpose seasoning. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and sit the saltfish right on top of that. I'm going to go ahead and cover that up, right? Because we want the steam and the flavor from the vinegar to go right into that fish. And I'm going to cover it up for about 10 minutes and I'll be right back. There you have it, guys. I'm all done. Fast, easy, and simple. I'm going to put the link below to show you guys how to make your fried dumpling and your BAMMY. Alright, so don't worry about that. I got you. Now, if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe, like, share. Let me know what you want to see me cooking in my kitchen next. And as always, from my kitchen to your kitchen. Enjoy! I'm going to let this cook for a good 30 minutes on medium heat. Cover it up nice and make it simmer. And when it's done simmer, it's time for we eat. So see you back in a few minutes.
So this is in with your foundation, full coverage, you know, like bam. And last but not least, the last thing I tend to go for in my makeup collection is this palette right here. Let me show you what this baby looks like. It has a whole bunch of concealers. I believe it's $10 for this palette.